Hi everyone, my name is Fatin Husna binti Muhammad Rozi and I am from UR6523008, Electronic Telecommunication Design. So today I will explain about the chapter 1, Basic Statistic, which consists of 1.1 until 1.3. So we will see what is the important things that we should know in 1.1. So the first one, what is statistic? Statistic is a method that used to collect, organize, summarize, and analyze the data. Usually, the methods used for the experiments and when we conducting studies. Second is the variable. Variable is something that need to be measured. For example, a species of plants or the growth and wilting of plant health. Number 3 is the population. Population is the entire of big group that we will draw a conclusion about. And number 4 is sample. Sample is the specific or small group that we will collect data from. Next, as you can see from the picture, there is the population. From the picture, we can know that population is like in a big group. So usually in research, population doesn't always refer to the people. It can be in a group containing elements such as objects, events, organizations, countries, species, organisms, and etc. Meanwhile, for the sample, we know sample is in specific or small group. Okay, so the size of the sample is always less than the total size of population. So we will collect the data from the sample in a small group. Okay, 1.2, collecting and generating data. We have to know what is random sample of size. It is a sample that we selected from a population. We use small n to random sample of size. Number 2 is the simple random sampling. A simple random sampling is a randomly selected sample of size n from a population. In this sampling method, each member of the population has an exactly equal chance of being selected. And number 3, descriptive statistic. It is used to describe about sample data in form of suitable graphical or numerical analysis. And the last one is inferential statistic. It makes inference about population using selected example. Okay, here we can see descriptive and inferential. Descriptive said that it used suitable graphical and numerical. So we can see that we use bar graph, histogram, pie chart to show the graphical one. Meanwhile, for the numerical, we calculated mean, median, and mode. And we will also calculate range, variance, and standard deviation. For inferential, we using sample data to make an inference or draw a conclusion of the population. And it is determined how confident we can be that the conclusion we make are correct. Okay. Meanwhile, for the parameter, it is a numerical characteristic that describe population. So population we use capital N. And statistic is a numerical characteristic measured from a random sample size. So sample we use small n. Okay, now 1.3 types of data. There are two types of data, which is qualitative data and quantitative data. Qualitative said that it deals with description. It also described by quality and the characteristic that can be observed but not measured. For example, colors, textures, smells, taste, appearance, and beauty. For quantitative data, it deals with the numbers. It also described by quantity and the characteristic that can be measured. For example, length, height, area, volume, weight, speed, and time. Okay, so the example of quantitative data can be categorized into two, which is discrete and continuous. So discrete is a number that particular or fixed. We cannot use decimal number. We cannot use, for example, it cannot have 30.14 or 40.07. It cannot be like that. We have to get the number in particular or fixed, like 30, 40, 50, or 1, 2, and 3. Okay, for continuous we can measure it, which is we can measure it, and we can use decimal number. For example, we want to measure weight, time, height, so it can have the decimal number. Okay, so the example of qualitative data, it is also can categorize into two, which is nominal and ordinal. It cannot be measured, so we just can be observed. We can just observe. For example, gender, eye color, black, gray, blue, etc. And or blood group. Okay, for ordinal, it is a scales like from poor to excellent, poor, um, good, better, excellent, and or from scale 1 into 10. Okay, we also have ungroup data and group data. We can easily recognize the ungroup data. Uh, it has no class boundary and class interval. Meanwhile, the group data has a class boundary and class interval. So last but not least, these types of data can be described using different form of presentation, either graphically or numerically. I think that's all from me and what I understand. Thank you.